Right, good evening, people. Yes, microphone's working. Wonder of wonders, everything works. Hopefully you can hear that as well. Good. Right. Yes, transitions. Transitions. Oh dear, oh dear. Good evening, Liz. Good evening, Dark Winter Dreams. Nice to have you here. Let's just have a listen to what we've actually got, shall we? That might be a good idea. The sounds have loaded, it works fine. So this is all the first tune, which we have twice in two different orchestrations. So that's what we've got. That's what we've got at the moment. Probably the exact opposite of what you'd write, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it probably is. I'm sure it probably is. I have written its trio section. If we add a few bars. I do apologise for the lighting on the keyboard. It's not brilliant. Not an awful lot I can do about it, I'm afraid. So, there we have one tune. Our first theme, as it were. If we come over here... is the piano working? That's the question. No, it is not. Let's make sure we've unmuted the piano. Not there. Where's the button? There. Unmute the piano so we've actually got some sound. Good. Right. I have written this out, the second tune. It is actually, unfortunately, however, on paper. So, what we need to do is go through and put it into here so we can actually then work with it. We're also in C major rather than G here. There is a reason I'm writing it in this key and why I've started on that bottom G. I want that bottom G on the violin. That is the lowest note the instrument can play, and it resonates in a way that no other instrument seems to. So here we are writing all this out. What we've ended up with here is essentially a straightforward tune structure. Yes, we're still right. That's then that. So there we have a tune. Oh, we've got two notes there. Unfortunately. Let's put that back in again. That no works. Right. Open notes in the violin. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Not only that, but there's a reason the piece is in G major. I want to, at the end, be able, if we can actually get to the strings, I actually want, at the end of the whole piece, to end up with that chord. Let's actually get that written in so you can actually see it. So it ends up being that chord. It's lovely and resonant on the violin. You've got two open strings in it, so it's the easiest chord to play as well. So we should be using that. So what we ended up with, let's just make this really loud so you can hear it. So here's the trio theme. We'll slow it down ever so slightly as well. Straightforward tune, and that can then go off into a repeat. And basically what we can do with that is do essentially what we've done with the first theme, and have it played once in a sort of slightly understated orchestration and then throw everything at it. Trouble is, we've got to modulate, because this is in G, that's in C. Now that should be fairly straightforward to do, but I don't just want to go there. Let's actually smooth out the transition in this. If you know Elgar's Pomp and Circumstance marches, particularly number 1, it's that sort of structure. William Walton does the same sort of thing, you know, Orb and Sceptre and Crown Imperial, come to that. So it's that sort of structure I'm looking at. As the piece is the Northern Crown, it seemed a good idea to write something along the lines of a Coronation March, which the Walton pieces are, but they actually have a very similar structure to the Pomp and Circumstance marches by Elgar. Question is, how do we get from there so that out here somewhere we can have that G? Let's have a look at what we did for that little transition in between the two. So we've got this. That ends up on whatever that note is. That's a G, isn't it? Let's just copy that. If the thing can actually move. I have got a fan going as well, so if you hear it, I do apologise. It's a little bit warm. We don't want it there. Let's stick it there. Oh, hang on. That's not right, is it? That's not right at all. Let's put it there. Try that again. So that ending needs to alter, doesn't it? So that means that actually we can take more or less everything we've got here. Which is probably not the best way of doing it, but we're going to do it anyway. Take everything we've got there, copy it into there, and lengthen those notes. And we're going to need to put a key switch in. Voice 3. Voice 3. We don't need anything there. Hide that rest. Right. Where's me double bass? Double bass. We want that C. Okay. Who's that? That one. Which we're hiding it. Yes, that is it. Let's just run through it so we actually select that key switch so we actually change it to be pizzicato and then run into it and make sure that it's actually doing it. Yep, that's working. So we can hide the other rest. So this means I just don't have to put it in later. Have the instruction. Oh, we actually don't need full stop, do we? Put the instruction in to play it with the bow. So this we need to change. Just take all of that out as well. And I'm thinking something along the lines of this. Just extend this down. Actually, we will need to keep that F sharp there. So we then have this. Don't bring that G in early. Ah! Oh, that's going to cause problems. We need to change time signature. We actually need to change time signature there if we're going to do that. So we need a 3/4 bar there. And then let's bring this in. And just copy that into place. Where the string's gone. There. So, what does that do? What we actually think we need to do is put, say, 4 bars in there. So we come through that. Actually, they need to be in 2, don't they? They need to be in 2. Actually, 4 might be too many. Yeah, let's rewrite it. It's not going to change it. Oh, it has changed it. Never mind. Oh, wonderful. Undo, undo. Undo. Undo completely. Time signature 2/4. At that point, delete all those. Actually, don't delete all those. Hey, Grivix, how are you doing? Let's just delete 1 bar there. Actually, we can alter this slightly. Not quite like that, though. Yeah. Run it back a bit. That might be too many. Let's try that. Ah! Oh, what the fuck have I done there? Stop it. Yes, Grivix. I want to delete the bar lines, I want to get rid of the time signature. Yes, in the UK, that is a bar. And then these things are bar lines. Yes, and we're at, what, 108 at the moment. Let's give it a tempo instruction that you can't see at the moment. Never mind. Let's really slow it down. Let's take it down to 96 at that point, I think. Does that actually put it in? Yes, it does. So, largamente, is that spelled right? It'll do for now. Not just going to do it yet, but about 96. Okay. So here we need to. Oh, hang on. What's happened there? Oh, we also need to put the time signatures in, don't we? So bar 92 is 3/4. Trouble is, we've got the wrong bar 80 in this. Right, hang on. We need to go through and alter these things. Key change, no, tempo change at 80. What on earth's it gone to 9/4? What? Yeah, and it's still in G. Wherever G's gone. G. Right, then at 92 it's a 3/4 bar. Let's zoom in on this a bit so we can see what we're doing. At 92 it's a 3/4 bar. So 92 is 3/4. And then 93 is 2/4 again. No, 92 is the 3/4 bars, 93 is 2/4 bars. This gets very, very confusing. Never mind. Right, then at whatever bar number that is that the one? Yes, 96. At 96, then we need to be slower. At 96, insert meter change at 9. No, not meter change. Tempo change. Insert tempo change. Tempo of 96. Insert a new tempo starting at 96. That's interesting. 96 at 96. Let's see if that actually then plays back. Because Sibelius and Sonar are linked together, they're linked together through rewire. Any change I make in Sibelius doesn't take effect in Sonar. Not in terms of tempo or time signature changes or anything like that. So that slowed it down. Good. Right. Hasn't made any difference to that though. Oh, that'll be why we've got a minus symbol in there rather than an equals. That's interesting. That's a plus. Try that. Right. Now the tempo up here should also change. Right. Now what we won't do is have it suddenly attacking that tempo quite so suddenly. We also need a double bar line there. But at the moment I can't put that in. I need to put that in once it's all completed. I need to then import the MIDI file into Sonar so we get all those tempo changes and things. Right. So working on this transition, let's just come out of what we had. Okay. Okay. That should work. Next question, working at what the chords are. G. By the looks of things. What we'll do is keep it simple for the moment. First one's a C. Which is that. So that's a C, is it? Okay. So just put those in for the moment and then just put things that match the chord. We can always work out what we're going to do in terms of moving them around later. Oh, really? Oh, no. That's not good. So that goes to a G, apparently. Actually, no, we won't have it as G. We'll have it as E minor. E minor will probably make more sense. Oh, God. G. That's a B. Yes, we want a B. So is that going to be... We'll have A minor there. I'll play the whole thing in a minute. Or at least the whole of that new tune that we're aiming at. E, A, D there, I think. This looks like it's working, so we want B minor there. We'll move down to a B minor chord, because everything's moving down. What we need, because we're ending up in C. Basically a perfect cadence there, don't we? Something like that, or even go from fourths. Let's go with fourths.
Excel is a fucking legend.
I knew it wouldn't be long. How are you doing, Excel? Hope you're doing okay. So that'll be G. Then we end up with loads of G's, and then it's C there. Let's just copy that into there. Have you not seen that, Grivets? That's what he got for winning the points game in May. And yes, Excel, I need to know what you need for winning it in June. You probably don't even know what you want yet. This is going to be interesting, isn't it? I have no idea what the harmonisation in the tune is going to be yet. Heist, Grivix. That's it. That's a chord of F, so we want an A in that. Unison G's. Ooh, actually, we don't need the change of time signature anymore. Let's just make sure these are crotchets. Copy that to there. Delete that bar. That means we're going to have to go through and move things around again. So 95 is the new speed. So 96. Oh, hang on, we need to get rid of the. Let's get rid of the 3/4 bar first. So 92 is a 3/4 is a there. 92 is a 3/2 bar. So at 92 that becomes a 2/4 bar, as all the rest of it is. And then the tempo change is now at 95. Insert tempo change at 95. No, 96 at bar 95. Play it here to make sure it's working. That's working. C, D, E. That should work. I do at the moment, Liz, yes. Because of the way they work together, essentially everything is done in Sonar. Everything's done in the door, and Sibelius essentially works as just an input to it. It's not ideal, but that way it keeps the two linked together. It actually helps in terms of playback. I don't have to link them together. It will work perfectly well without doing that, but it's easier to start with them linked together than try to link them together afterwards when it comes to recording them. The only reason I've linked them together is so that when it comes to actually recording the piece at the end, once the whole thing is complete, I can literally just do that, click that, and it will just do it. Okay, that's the only reason. But it does mean that you have to go through as you're actually writing the thing. Oh, congratulations, Grivets. But yeah, it does mean as you go through writing the thing, if you've got tempo changes or anything, you have to do it yourself and copy them through. When I actually get to the point of actually wanting to record it, what I will actually do is save the Sibelius file as a MIDI file, which you can then import into this, and just tell it to import things like tempo changes and key changes and speed up and speed down, things like that. But any sort of thing like anything like that I put into this, so it will actually take notice of that when I export the MIDI file, and then I can just copy it straight into Sonar, and it'll then respect it. And they will then match. At least that's the theory. Practice, however, may be slightly more complicated than that. So we've ended up with a load of chords, haven't we? That's the most god-awful sound in the world. Let's try that. So we need to change this chord. That chord of B minor is not the best place to come from. Not at all. We're heading to F. We're heading into F, so we need to move that, change that chord. Now the first one is B minor. This needs to be no, don't do that. No, very definitely don't do that. B minor. Let's change this. Let's make that. No, not G flat. Call it that. So we get B, D. Oh, hang on. No, please don't crash now. Please don't crash now. That wouldn't be good. So B minor, D. We've still got a spinning circle of doom. And Space is actually saying it's not responding. This is not good. We shall see. Never really thought about it if I'm able to have multiple time signatures in Reaper. I don't know, actually. I would imagine you would be able to. Come on, whatever you're doing, Sibelius, could you stop it and allow me to put the notes in as I want? Hello? Sibelius, there we go, thank you. Now delete them again. So we're going into C. going into C, so we want that sort of thing. Actually, can we call that something else? Let's actually make this a C major chord. Like that. Maybe we can then go to the F easier. I'm going to say there should be a way of doing it. It's a fairly standard thing to need to do. Let's see what that sounds like. Yeah. Hang on. Oh, that's what it is. Make sure we've... Right, that seems to be a little bit better. Apart from the viola won't shut up. Just make sure that note is changing in the right time. 95. Process, no, project, insert tempo change at bar 9, goes to 96 at bar 95. 988, 95. We'll save that. We'll also save this. That's it. Right, so this is then the tune that we get that follows it. Hey, cat. Ah! Oh, hang on. That's not going to work. Shut up. Right. I've shut the piano up. It's not going to do that anymore. That feels as if it's moving. Like I say, fairly straightforward modulation to do. How have you been, Catatonia? Now comes the tricky bit of filling this out to be a little bit more interesting than what it actually is here. No, let's not slur it. Let's just accent those. Make them to those. Relaxing today. Oh yeah, of course you're all off celebrating, aren't you? Yeah, not been too bad today. I'm a little warmer than I'd like. Hence, I do apologise if you can hear the fan. And lighting on the keyboard is atrocious at the moment, but never mind. But yeah, not too bad at all. Let's go down to there. Let's reverse that. What I'm doing now is just putting a bit of movement into these lines. That would work. I should have 2 fans going. Oh, good. If it's even coming through. I don't know. There is a noise gate on the mic, so you'll probably only hear it when I speak. But it might be coming through, actually. It's difficult to tell. It is slightly. The mic is slightly picking it up, according to OBS, anyway. But yeah, it suddenly, this afternoon, has got really heavy and fairly oppressive. It's not pleasant. Oh. Oh, that's a contact request in Skype. I wasn't expecting that at all. Don't even know who that is. Never mind. One of those things. That become what chord are we on there? A minor. That's an E. Let's do that. Yes, that might work for that. Then say that E. Let's have this a little bit more interesting. Let's just have it really interesting and do that. Keep that like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah, your air conditioning is struggling, isn't it? Yeah, air conditioning here really isn't a thing at all in private homes for the simple reason, why on earth would you spend hundreds, if not thousands, on something that you're going to be using for about 10 days a year if you're lucky? You don't really get the call for it here. It's normally in cars and it's normally in shops and offices and things, but it's very rare to see it in homes. Let's actually make sure they're all like that. We will be going down in volume and things. When you move, you need to get to a place where it's always cold. Yeah. The weather here can be lovely, but then again it can be absolutely horrible. There we go. There will be a slowing down on that, but I can't put it in yet because of the way the system works. So actually let's put it in, but it won't actually play it back. Over the bar we want it. No, next bar in. Wrong bar. Wrong bar. Oh no, we are in the right one. We are in the right one. Where's the inspector? Let's tell it what we want it to do. We want it to slow down to a certain number of beats a minute. So that won't actually play back, even though the numbers do change. But that will then sort that out once we actually copy it all through. Right. Right, we do need to come down. This needs to be much quieter. Much quieter. long diminuendo over that. So that's an instruction to tell players to just quieten down. And then that's an instruction to tell them to play softly. Right. Let's come back from here. Then we go off into that. Trouble is, we need to sort out how to come out of that. What might be a good idea is actually work out what we want this tune played on other than the first violins. What else can we put it on? Something mellow. Any ideas, people? Let's have a collective decision. It's on the first violins at the moment. I'm thinking to put it on the clarinet, actually. Let's just stick it on the clarinet for the moment. Oh, we don't want that. We want longer rests than that. N. Stop doing that. Right. Select that. Put that G in. I'm in the wrong line entirely. Mouth harmonica. I don't have one of those, Grivix. Let's stick it in the first clarinet. And remove it from there again. Yep. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Actually, let's just leave it in the first violins. Just leave it put for the moment. So what we've got to do is work out how to get out of this into that and keep. We've got to work out how to drop instruments. Now, dropping instruments over time is more difficult. Much more difficult than just adding instruments in. I also need to work out what the chords are here. Don't move the bars around. That's G, obviously. G, D, C. I'm actually going to write it down. G, D, C, A minor, C, E minor, do with the G in that chord. E minor, D, A minor, I think. Yes. D, A minor, B minor, D, C, F, G, and then we're off into C. Right. So that's that chord sequence. So we've got something we work on, kazoo and snare drum. Kazoo might be interesting, mightn't it? I actually don't know whether I've even got a kazoo. What did we do in the previous bit back here? We had all that going on, didn't we? The trouble is, we're coming out of something that's got a load of instruments going. Makes it difficult to keep that moving because of... How many slurs do I want? Because of how many instruments are playing. Need to give them time to breathe. Because the horn's been playing the tune, don't really want to be giving them anything else there. Actually, let's try it from here. Let's go from there. Give them a bit of space. Yes, what we can actually do is link the two trumpets so they play things that help each other. So let's just, if we just put it all into the first trumpet to start with. Let's see that. We'll need a chord of E. Actually, we can just do this in minims for the moment. So we've got G, D, although that's an A. Although that isn't A, it's going to be a G. A chord of D. The A is in the chord of D, so that's fine. C, so we need G's. A minor, chord of E minor, chord of D, chord of A minor, chord of this is the quick one. B, chord of D, chord of C, chord of F natural, G. Is that the last one? Those two? No, that one ends up in G. For a bar out. That's why that one's quicker. Right. That's not what we want. It tells us that's not at all what we want, but we can then go through it and do some of this. So all I'm doing now is just changing the rhythm. Oh. Bring it to an end early. Now we can start working out how we can make that actually playable. By copying that into the second one and deleting that bit of the bar, and then here we delete that bit of the bar. So we end up with these two trumpets playing more or less exactly what we want, but each one doesn't play the whole thing. Actually, we'll take that out as well. So that now will sound as we want it to. Get a slight accent at the beginning, but we can sort that out in performance. Let's have that with the strings playing. Good. That's working. Third trumpet can actually play some longer notes. Below, and then have a bit of a rest. Let's have an E there. So again, I'm now just working on what the chords are. So that will go like that. E again. E again, rest. F sharp, rest. E, rest. Actually, no, we'll call that one C. So then here we can have B. It comes down like that. So the whole thing is also getting quieter. Where do we start getting quieter from that? There. Right, so that needs to be getting quieter, and then it ends up being piano there. No, it doesn't. It ends up being, let's call it mezzo piano. Actually, no, mezzo forte. Because we're coming down from fortissimo. Tell it there to actually play it mezzo forte. That comes down to MF, and then that comes down again to piano. Okay. Bring those down in volume a little bit, just so it's not overpowering quite as much. So that's working a bit, I think. What we could do with those trumpet lines actually is actually make them full length. They're long notes to play, but should be fine. Let's tie that one together and that one. Slur those across. Keep those two neuter accents on the first notes. Is that working? What do we think? I'm actually not convinced by that C. Yes, it should be there. It is a C natural, isn't it? Yes, it is. What chord's that? Is that chord of D? Can't remember. Yes, it is. So we need that F sharp. So that F sharp, so that D rather will be fine. Good. So keep that going in the trumpets. What we'll do also is, let's zoom right out of it for the minute so I can see what I'm doing. Take the double bass line from that point, from that point. Copy that through. It is majestic, isn't it? That's partly the point. Copy that into there. Lose that note. Give the poor thing time to breathe. Lose it from there. Because the piece is the Northern Crown, what I decided was to do is essentially the Coronation March. So that's why it's sounding so majestic and so regal, and hopefully, anyway. Let's turn that down a little bit, so that's dropping. Same thing in the contrabassoon. So basically what I'm doing is just selecting instruments to keep coming. But keep coming and dropping in volume and in pitch, and just allowing it to die out a little bit. These we can do that with, which we can do the same with those, to be perfectly honest. Like that. At the end of it, I think we put those same lines. Where does it start on that chord? There. On that G. Let's have the horns doing it as well. Actually, let's have the second and fourth horns doing it. Don't need the first horn doing it as well. We also want it to be unison Gs. Make sure it's quiet. Let's just put it into the third. Put it up the octave. That might be better. Reset that. Let's just have it one long held note. The strings are a little bit loud at the moment because they're all playing the same note. Is that actually sounding? Yes, it is. Let's copy that through into things like clarinets. And also, might seem a little bit odd doing what I'm about to do, because I want this to be fairly quiet. But what I'm also going to do is just put strokes on the bass drum. Obviously these can't be heard yet because you need to put them into the actual playback lines. And actually the same in the snare drum. But rather than it just be single notes, select the right note and then do this. This is something called a flam. Just put them all in. And I've got a feeling on the actual patch I'm using there is a note to do that. So we shall find out. A quiet cymbal stroke at the end of that, where the tune starts as well. If we come down into here, so we've got a cymbal there. Quiet. Quiet. No, we don't want another one. Now, snare drum. Let's have a look. Oh, give me a note. Any old note will do. See if we can find one. There may not be one. Let's actually look at the patch itself. Snare drum. So I'm just listening to all of these to try and find one that matches what I want. There isn't one. That means we've got to do it with individual notes. Okay. Fair enough. So it's that C. I think it's also in that bar, isn't it? Yes. So from that bar there, we do the same sort of thing as we've already done, but now we put it actually into the playback part. They need to be longer, shorter notes than that. Needs to be those. Now we've got it. We can just copy it through. Don't need the dynamics anymore. Put it there and delete the first one. So. That's horrible. That's horrible. Let's see if we can actually get it to play it properly. Let's call them achacaturas instead. That might make it work a bit better. There. Right. That might sound a bit better. That's better. Right, should we go right back to the beginning and just check to see what we've got and make sure that it's actually feeling right? Because that's the thing with music, a lot of it you just feel whether it's right or not. Yeah! Didn't want to do that. I just wanted to zoom out on that a bit. Right, let's try this again. Ow! So, we'll check it. Shut up, Bassoon. How long have you been making that noise? But yeah, we're not quite there. That's too sudden a drop. It's far too sudden a drop for my liking. Let's play it back from there. Right, what we need to do is work at what's got the tune here. It's clarinets in thirds. Let me look at what the chord is. So it's G into D. So we go from there, and we need to keep this sort of rhythm going. that rhythm there, just to make sure if we can select the right panel. Let's work on there first. So we're doing things like that. Oh, that's into the English horn. We don't want to go into the English horn. Want to come into there. Actually, put the whole thing up a third. So we get this little bit of something just. What chord is that then? That's then C. Put that up there. So we get something like that. Let's just play that on its own. Yes, keep that going. For a little bit anyway. Keep it going until, what about there? So that's C, so we want A minor and back into C. So that ends up there. Yes. Let's try that. Let's come back out of the main theme. What's that become? E minor. Which will be fine. So end up with it there. Then I think in the flute, let's work out what we've got, where we are in terms of the chord. So D, A. Okay, D, A minor. D. D, A minor. B minor, D. C, F, G. So I'll have that. Having it mezzo forte. We just want to be coming out of all this where we've got absolutely everything playing and just give it a little bit of a downward slide into something different. That'd be fine if you could actually hear that. Actually, what we'll do is stick it into the piccolo as well. Up the octave. Put that in there, up the octave. Put that in there, put it up a third and down. I don't know whether that's going to work actually. Let's try it on its own. That might actually. It might actually. Let's play it again without the stuck note. I said without the stuck note. Come on, machine. That actually needs to come down, doesn't it? So it needs to be that. Copy that in, bring it down. Copy that in. No, not there. Copy that in, up a third and down, so that's in sixths. Sixths. That'll probably be better. That needs to be got an F in it though. Hang on then. That's a chord of C. So it's C there, which is fine there. Those are all fine. That goes down to there. By the time we get to there, we'll be at piano. And we'll let that die down. We need to add something else into the clarinet line just to give it a bit more... No, wrong way. Just so it links a bit better. So... That's coming. Right, we need to move this a little bit. So G. What's the chord? C into E minor. It's C into E minor, then it's D and A. Yes, D A. C E minor D, because we only need to come to that point. So C, C, so doing that. Like that. Slur those, give that accent. Make sure that they're slightly quieter than they were. Drop those notes to come down to that. Leave that as it is, that'll be fine. And then we're off into that tune. I think that's more or less got it. Depends. Do we want to just come out of that any more differently? Let's run it back from there. Machine's struggling. Good God, shut up. Wherever it's coming from. All the strings have decided they're going to play. Okay. Not for much longer, you don't. Multiple notes stuck. The machine is struggling with this. It's a little bit much. Go on, unselect it. Yeah, I haven't got that microphone, that's the problem. Loads of different microphone, this may take a while. I do apologise for the noise. The other is still ringing. Same thing. That stopped it. Don't do that then. Don't do that either. Just want the stage microphone. That's annoying. Never mind. Right. Just so much going on. Streaming it as well doesn't help. Let's face it. Still not convinced by that. Let's just listen to that line on its own. Just the woodwind. Right, that's all right. I actually think it's the trumpet parts that are causing the problem. Let's just brass and woodwind together at the moment. Really, the trumpet's playing at all? It's struggling to play at the right speed, and I'm not quite sure why. Okay, let's try everything together then from that point. I think we're getting there. It's still coming out a bit sudden. Let's put in the horns then. In the horns. Something along those sort of lines. Then in 3 and 4. C remains, doesn't it? F. So these horns work in pairs, so then it's A minor. We ought to have on a C, really, shouldn't we? Then it's chord of C there. Let's chord of E minor, which that makes sense in. And that. Let's see, right through to there. Then it's E minor, so that's basically the same as what we've got in the other parts. Go down to D. One more. So D down to A minor again. So good. Let's go the other way. We won't go the other way. That's too high. Let's do that. Let's just see what that sounds like. Try it with the trumpets. Yes, that might be alright. Try it all together. Right, what do you think? What do you think? I think that's coming together. Let's really come back away. Let's try that transition. Come from that through the main, through this tutti. Stuck note again. Shame everything sticks, doesn't it, really? I don't know quite what to do about that. Try it from a bit quite as far back. Sticking again. That's interesting, we've got timpani stuck now. Oh dear. Get playing eventually. I think it's there, I think it's working. Yeah, the computer is actually struggling to play it a bit. Possibly because I'm streaming it as well. And there's so much going on. Also want to keep that going for a little bit. Not necessarily with those notes. Is it C? No, it's G. That's still G, isn't it? First note's in G. And the second one is in D. Let's just call it that, just so that keeps going that little bit longer. Doesn't have to go for very long. So end up with something like that. We need an A there. We'll keep the D. Yeah, no, go away, mixer, we don't need you. So that just dies away a little bit. Just blends it a little bit. Oh, stop it. Well, that's working. I think that's better. That transition is now moving in a way that I want it to. It's just unfortunate. There's so much going on. It's struggling to do it and stream it. Never mind. Right. How long have we been going? Hour and a half. Hour and a half or so, and we've more or less got what I wanted to do done. We don't need those rests. Let's just go and tidy a few things up. We need things. No, we don't need things in the trombones as well. What we might do actually is put some of these in here as well. Like that. Put that up there. You heisting again, Excel? Why are you just giving all your dust away to Tenchi? You can do whatever you like with it, but it seems a bit odd. It's going to be a little bit. Is that going to work? Yes, I think it will. You're nearly the leader on cat strip. Really? Apart from the fact you're sick, you'll be fine. You'll survive. You got man flu. That does need to carry on a little bit longer. Oh, gold. So D, C into A minor. D, C, A minor. So D. C, actually that can just be tied across, because that'll work. C to A minor needs to go up there then. Let's have it coming down in volume all the way through there to be there at forte, and then it comes in at a lower level again. So D, C. Keep that tied there. And that could be tied together as well. Diminuendo through that, and through that. Do that, and that. Now let's make sure we've saved it. Always make sure you save it. Worst thing in the world is to save it and not save it. Is that what I want? C A, and then we need to go to C again. So we end up there. That needs to be a beat earlier. A beat later, rather. So we go to that. And it comes back down to there. We need to move these onwards as well. These tide notes that change volume are going to be difficult because you have to do that afterwards because Borealis won't play it back properly. So that can stay as that. Go back to there because it's essentially the same as that line. As can that. That can remain the same because we end up with the same notes anyway. Delete that, delete that. Move that. Move that. Right, and again, come out of there. That's better. That's better. That's better. That's better. Shall we go back to the beginning and hear the whole thing? Why not? That's alright. That's alright. Then we get this secondary tune, which will need harmonising, but we may leave that for tomorrow. Yeah. Need to sort that out. That shouldn't be tied, it should just be a dotted crotchet. So we then end up with that slightly slower march. Don't need it in the piano part anymore down here, because we've now got it in the violin part. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with where this is going. Oh, no, don't do that. Select the whole bar and delete that and clear the rest. I'm happy with how this is coming together. Actually, having said that, let's copy that. Where can we actually put that? let's put it in there. Change key. And do that. That might work better, actually. That does work better, actually. That then just gives it a little bit of a lift. Of course, in performance it will slow down at that point as well. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. Let's just go through that once more just to make sure that it's doing exactly what I want. But I think we're there. I think that transition is working now. Because we're ending up in the right key. We're ending up with something that makes sense. That's always the danger. Reef. Sebong, thank you very much for the host. Much appreciated. I'm in the middle of sorting this out. Sounds something like this. So I'm just playing this through now just to check that it's actually doing what I think it should do. It's a bit high on that clarinet actually. It'll be alright. Something's stuck. Something's really stuck. Yuck, isn't that horrid? Yes, it shouldn't be doing that, but I think that it's working, this piece of music, which is the important thing. Might need to go through these lines at some point and just check them. At the moment we've just got that tune that follows that just on the violins at the moment. But welcome those that have come with Sabong. Thank you very much for the host, much appreciated. What I'm in the middle of, just in case you're not aware, I'm in the middle of writing a whole load of pieces of music for, not for anything, to be perfectly honest. They will all be released as an album that you will be able to get hold of. But essentially there'll be 88 of these eventually. They're all based on a different constellation of the sky. This one happens to be the Northern Crown, and it's more complicated than I thought it was going to be. It's going to take forever to write these things. For awesomeness purposes, yeah. Well, yes, I suppose that is one way of putting it. I'm actually seriously thinking about toning that down a little bit. This full orchestral section, Just because it's a little bit much. What do you think? A little bit much might be enough, I suppose, but it's just so much of it. Just wondering what I could do with that to just tone it down a little. Not really a lot I can do without it becoming something different. But yeah, if you're interested in this sort of thing, I do this every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Saturday afternoon, and every Sunday afternoon as well. This is what I do mainly as a streamer now. I'm a creative streamer. That's what I do. It's as simple as that. I do play games as well, but actually I'm getting to the point now where this is more or less ready. I think we might switch to something else and actually go and play something for a bit. As I say, I don't know what I could do with it to calm it down a little. So what I think we'll do, we'll call that sorted. Tomorrow, when we come back to do sort out tomorrow's stream, what we'll do is get this tune harmonised and orchestrated, and then work out how we're going to get it to then basically do the same sort of thing as the first tune does. So we'll do that, getting that sorted out tomorrow. Hey Diffuse, how are you doing? So this second tune, this trio, which is what you call the secondary tune in this sort of thing, this trio will need harmonising, and then essentially we'll do the same with this as we do with the other one. So we'll have this with less instruments, and then bring everything back into it afterwards, and have it played back a second time with a lot more in. But this is a more stately tune. Let's just listen to it once more. It is a bit quiet, but is that one of your emotes, Diffuse? Lovely. Oh, I'm not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. How are you? You're doing okay? Good. So we've got that tune to harmonise. It's nice. So we've got that tune to harmonise. That will be tomorrow. That'll be the job for tomorrow. What I think I'll do is we'll save this. Make sure this is working. I'll take a couple of minutes break, and maybe we'll switch to some Secret World. How does that sound? Just see what we can do in that. But I'm happy with how this is going now. I'm happy with what this is doing. No one's got it yet because you haven't got any subs. Oh, yeah. That's it, isn't it? You've got to actually get to the point where you get the things. I'm actually just checking to see if my emotes have been approved yet. They have not, by the looks of things. No, they have not. Not yet. We are still waiting on emotes. They're done. They're uploaded. They're gone into Twitch for approval. Just Twitch haven't approved them yet. They'll come when they're done, I suppose. Right. What I'm going to do then is let's do this on stream. I don't care. Let's save that. Close that. Go into Sonar and make sure that is saved as well, because we've made changes to that. Close that down. Now this is the interesting thing. When you close Sibelius and it's linked together, it apparently crashes and then restarts again. You can't close Sonar down until it's gone completely. So goodbye to Sonar. Let's now spend an eternity waiting for the Secret Worlds launcher to actually launch. while it's doing that, I will switch to a separate screen. The stream will go down for a couple of seconds. It will then come back. I will let you know when it's live again, just in case you need to refresh. So you can see how long it's taking. And then once this is loaded, I shall be back and we'll go into it, and I'll change everything else as well. I'll change title and all the lot. So I'll see you in a bit.